I am in the car currently, and I'm very excited because something special is about to happen. And we are prepping for a new Marvel Madness. So y'all just stay tuned because this one's going to be a little bit more special than you think it is. So without further ado, let's start the video. Anyway, hi! This one is so over me already, and we just started, but it's fine. There we go!
Hey, headphones. It's Billie Eilish. Hey.
You can't keep going off your camera. Come back.
No, bruh. This is not my day.
Bruh, come back. We are back, as you can see. We are back at it again. We are together.
I look high. I'm not high. I'm at school.
Thank you for your patience, as our young one is now off in college and growing up.
I think we should stop the dramatics.
Listen, I'm going to be dramatic because you're the baby. And the baby growing up. And I'm shook 99. So, we are here.
99?
Yes.
You want to give me 100?
I said shook 99. Like 99 cents.
Hey, guys. I don't understand basic English, clearly.
Stop. So we are going to continue on. We are back at it again. We are here to discuss ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
All 10 of them.
I have a question. Why was it when you did that, when you did the 10 figures, my brain went to like 2 Chainz and I was about to be like, I'm not going to say it out loud, but you know how 2 Chainz announces his name? I thought about that for 10 Rings. I don't know why.
10 rings. Awesome, like
that's literally
with a bigger.
Stop!
Shout out to 2 Chainz. Shout out to Atlanta. Atlanta, stand up.
Shout out to Atlanta. So this is a special one because we got to see this one together. Cue the beautiful footage of us being chaotic as hell together. It's the nigga, the homie, the sibling, SHURI.
I'm not in the game. I'm not in the game. I'm not about it. Don't come get me. See, it was a different person.
I'm screaming.
Don't bring Harriet into this.
Oh, there's one 4.2 miles away from you.
I'm also being also saying,
hey! Not Harriet Tubman. Hold on. Why you bringing Harriet Tubman? Let that woman live and sleep and rest.
a word from our sponsors.
Oh, gang.
Y'all another one?
But, so we're going to discuss Shang-Chi. And let's start off by saying, if you have not seen this movie, get your ass into a movie theater. Safely.
Immediately.
Safely. But immediately. Masked up. Social distanced. But get yourself in front of this movie. Because first off, a loud, rowdy, and atrocious fuck you to Marvel for the shit they were saying about Shang-Chi, about it being a damn test. Fuck y'all, because that movie was immaculate.
Chef's kiss.
Everything.
Chef's I had a stroke again.
Not a stroke, please, not a stroke.
I just keep having strokes.
Can we not? I love you, I love you, and I want you
pacemaker.
around.
I'm really begging if one of y'all could just purchase me a pacemaker so I could not have all these strokes.
No, that's not how that works. But okay. But
Y'all like my new AirPod case?
it's cute.
It's bright orange.
It
like my.
I was gonna say almost neon.
It is.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I wanted to make sure I wasn't assuming.
I feel like it'll glow in the dark.
Possibly.
But
let's dive into this because my best friend was given life.
Mm-hmm.
My wife was giving life.
What's your best friend's name?
Huh?
What's your best friend's name?
Simu, my baby, also known as ShangChi, or the name Tony, Sean, Mr. Sean. But let's dive into this, all right? It's the face for me. Why are you making that face? Why are you making that face? Why are you making that face?
You know, considering the cast, I have very limited options when it comes to standing certain members, considering my colleague here has claimed like 2 out of very few options. At this rate, I can only claim the parents and auntie because the best friend is.
We do not recognize the actress.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I cannot claim her.
You don't have to claim her. Claim her.
But I would like to point out, newsflash. Cut camera close up to me. Why does she sound just like Scarlett Johansson? Like, why are vocal cords aligned? Like, it's a little scary. And it's like, considering both of their backgrounds.
Please repeat what you just said one more time.
Oh, why are the vocal cords aligned?
And she sounds like Holmes.
Miss, can play Asian people as a white woman. I'm surprised you didn't cast her in this movie. You know? Like, it was right up her...
Cut it out! Cut it out!
23 and Mia are shaking. But as for Miss Nora, is her government name. Aquafina. Her government name is Nora. I'm referring to her as Nora. Miss Nora from the Bronx, or whatever that show was called. Nora from Queens. Maybe Nora from a borough. Nora from an apple. She didn't have to act black for this movie. We'll say that. It wouldn't fit the script. Y'all have a blessed day. That's all I have to say. There's nothing else I can contribute.
Well. Let us begin officially now. So let's talk about how the movie literally begins with Chinese, one of the Asian languages. They went full representation for this.
I know Kevin is somewhere in his bag.
And is. But I love how it started with them speaking Chinese. I love how it started with them giving us the lore about the Great Protector and the 10 Rings. So we had a background to work with. We started. Salud.
My gosh, thank you.
The allergy said,
No, yeah.
Let's hit it and quit it real quick. But this was everything. Getting all that information, getting all that background information we needed. And then, where do we go from here? The music choice. Before I forget. The music choice was everything.
Yeah, they said, let me call every person who has a natural fox eye. And I know, because people on TikTok, that's what they be calling me.
I hate them. Don't.
Instead of like hereditary traits, they're like, yes, cosmetic surgery. They said, let's call everybody who has a family member who could have contributed to the building of the railroad system. They said, let's call everybody. Because they did that for Black Panther too, is what I'm trying to say. The point I'm trying to make is they called every ancestor aligned and said, hey, can you come to the studio?
And
can you put 808 on this and we'll put you in the credits?
But also, can we discuss how beautiful the music was? Because they played no games with this music choice.
At all.
From start to finish, beautiful.
None. They had my boy Anderson.
Hawk in the room.
I was like, not sure about his blazing. Okay. Let me stop.
So, we finally got to see the full and famous bus scene. My man's was...
Actually, let's go back.
Go for it.
My man woke up out of his sleep. The alarm went off. It was an analog clock alarm.
Mm-hmm.
But it was on his iPhone, so I was thoroughly confused. Turned it off, rolled up over, giving me green on the neck.
Mm-hmm. The amulet. The pendant. Yep, the amulet.
Got out his bed, was doing push-ups. It was giving Captain America.
Not that Captain. Not that white man.
Went outside, got dressed, put on his little suit, pulled up in the red car. We thinking, oh, this him. Oh, my man, he driving. He whipping. It was not him.
That was not him.
It was
not
not him.
What he was doing? Valet service.
It was like, if y'all could do anything. I was like, dang, y'all got my man out here working for the car wash. Yeah.
Working at the car wash.
Yeah. Then who right there working next to him?
I don't want to talk about it.
Miss Johansson.
Miss
So everybody was like, I don't want Black Widow to leave the MCU. She didn't. I'm gonna get sued, and it's fun. It's fine. I don't care. Please come sue me. If you're gonna sue me for freedom of speech, I'm just kidding. But I just feel like if she can come outside and support Mr. Weinstein and say the things that she says about ethnicity in the role she should be able to play, I just feel like I should be able to say, like, quick little cute jokes. She's being dead for real, and I'm literally joking. So, if the shoe fits Cinderella,
I mean, hit dogs will holler. So
hello.
When you hear barking, you already know where it is. So we continue onward, and we start to get into Sean's story.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Mans is showing us parts of his childhood, his mother, his sister, who I'm not going to delve into yet. I'm not delving into just yet for a reason. But you get glimpses of the sister, get glimpses of his mother. Beautiful woman, by the way, giving everybody life.
Can we just pause? Because why every member of the family fine?
Listen, we're going to have to go there. I was waiting for this, but we're going to go there.
Every member.
How?
Every single member.
Dear MCU, I have questions for you.
Every member.
Here's my question.
Every member.
So you just trying to prove that people of color are damn fine. Because this also happened with Black Panther.
Daughter.
Everybody fine. Everybody fine.
Auntie.
Everybody fine.
Everybody.
Everybody fine. Like.
Morris fine too. Shout out to my son.
Shout out to Morris, my baby. But literally everyone in the damn family's fine.
Everyone.
Everyone in the family is damn fine? Really?
Even when she was pregnant, she was still fine.
Like, literally? Ain't no way.
My soul had died. She died for her children, and she was laid out in the concrete. Not a scratch on her face, but what was she still? Fine.
I don't get this. How y'all MCU? You have some explaining to do. Because how you make the dead body look fine?
When they made her put on the altar, when she was the little picture, the little sketch, brush art.
Make it make sense. How does she still look the fuck good?
Still fine.
How, Sway? When the daddy was getting killed, how he still looked fine? Even with his spirit leaving, how he still looked good?
In slow motion.
In slow-mo? Even when he aged, he still looked the fuck fine.
My man was looking the same from 96 to 2000. And
I get it. I get that's part of the story. But also, with the gray, y'all made him a silver fox. Forget the stripes. All the games going up.
10 rings. He got 10 rings and 10 shades of gray. The other 40 at the house.
Shoot, the other 40 not even in the house. 30 in the house, 10 in the car. But let us continue. We just jumped around. So, we got the bus scene, which looks so much better on the big screen. Iconic.
It does. It really does. It really just adds to it.
Y'all really gotta go see this movie. We gonna keep saying this, but you have to find a way to safely and quickly go see this in movies. Because when I
have it on this safely and quickly. Because I saw it twice.
I'm probably gonna go see it again. There's a deal. Newsflash. If you get to see this, or whenever you see this, on Tuesday sometimes, there's discounts for movie tickets. So, highly recommend you go on a Tuesday if you have time. Early show, late showing, whenever you can. But let's continue. So we continue. This man's whole life starts unraveling in front of Kathy, or Miss Johansson. And
her name is Katie.
Katie, I don't remember. Miss Johansson. It starts unraveling in front of Miss Johansson as he's explaining it as my boy.
We have to stop calling her that. We really have to. We really have to. Or else I can feel a lawsuit. I can feel papers being served.
Well.
Via email.
Katie. Toes! They gotta find us first. But so
you think it's hard?
So we have Katie learning the story of ShangChi.
I'm like around the corner from Joe. Like they're gonna find me. Y'all real talk. If I see Kamala walking down the street,
run!
Her photo.
Run, SHURI, run!
I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all.
Run, SHURI, run! You gonna have to beat Forrest out. Run, SHURI, run!
Suddenly, I'm Sha'Carri.
Beat her record as well. So we continue, and we get to them flying overseas to Thailand.
Macau.
No.
I don't remember where the hell they went. They went somewhere.
Location. There is a location. Listen, I'm sorry. I cannot read Chinese. So I couldn't read the characters that were on that postcard, but I know they flew somewhere, and my brain is blanking on the location. I'm so sorry. But, so it's a reunion. And let's talk about how Mr. Wong is in this Fight Club. Wong!
When I saw him, I was like, are they trying to be funny? Like, was they like, oh, my man just out here with Doctor Strange all the time. He need to be Asian in peace. So I'm like, okay, they brought him to his little function.
But then you see the whole entire ring has mostly Asian people, and I'm here for it.
And it was kind of giving me Thor Ragnarok a little bit.
Thank you. Like
just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen. I got that throwback. And I like it because it feels like it's a connecting back to like where all of this originated from the past
Mhm.
phases. So that was beautiful.
Mhm.
And seeing Wong fighting, I was like, Wong, what you doing? But then also hearing the conversation after the fight, and I'm like, Wong getting paid. Wong is securing the bad because they practice this, as he's saying. So I was like, oh, okay.
And I love that for him.
I love that for him too.
My favorite entrepreneur.
Right?
He went to dinner with Jay-Z, and that's why he know how to do what he do. He went to that dinner.
He was like $500K. I already got that. Give me
Invited to the Rock Nation brunch.
Mm-hmm. But we continue because now we have ShangChi, because we don't shorten the name. Correction.
Yeah, his government.
His government name is ShangChi, and also as a nickname, don't shorten his name. It's ShangChi. That's how you shorten it. And we put respect on names.
Be it per.
But we have to talk about how he got introduced as Busboy in this fight. Thank you, Marvel, for putting him in there shirtless. But Busboy? Really? Busboy?
Just to play on the stereotype, I guess. To like not alternate, but put like a flip on it. Because like the same way like in Black Panther, how like they would do certain things or make certain jokes, like they have to do that because it's still at the end of the day like it's like a cultural
kind
of like.
You're also sitting there and you're like, I get it, but also I'm just like, oh, I'm thin ice, Marvel. Thin.
No, yeah.
Thin.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But I appreciate how they made the entire cast, crew, Asian.
And that's on period.
They gave it the Black Panther treatment, if you will.
As it deserves. And I'm so mad about this whole on the replay outside. This damn freaking...
This pandemic Nevada.
Uh-huh. This Panera Express.
Panera Express. Just bump Panda.
I said Panda Express.
You said Panera.
I said Panera Bread, and then I said Panda Express.
Did my brain just completely X out the panda and the bread? Because
it would have gotten such a better treatment as it deserves.
I need a moment.
SHURI, come back! And then also we need to talk about how little sis came into the field. And I just wanted to weep. Because my wife came into the scene and she said, bitch, I don't care who you is. And she went, what up? You're done. Get out my face. Next.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is,
I didn't need you 14 years ago. So I don't need you now.
Let's talk about it.
It's really giving me if Diva was a female version of a hustler.
Period.
Stop the track. Let me state facts. That's what it's giving.
He said he would be a minute and he'd be right back. And she's like, you lied, bitch. You lied.
That's like when my dad said he was going to get some milk. A liar.
And
there's something about a man just opening his mouth and making a promise that he cannot keep for me.
And she was like, you know what? Don't hurt yourself. You're only lying to yourself.
Yeah. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Honestly. But we continue because it's funny because you would think that, yes, the way that Marvel has paced the action is amazing. But also seeing how Marvel was like, oh, you thought the action has started? Now we're getting into the nitty gritty of what we do best. And I'm like, okay. Goddamn. There's some things you just have to also see in theater, so we're not going to try to discuss everything. Salud.
Excuse me. Thank you.
So best reunions happen in a fighting ring, apparently. Cause and Jialing is my favorite. Bless you. Salud.
Excuse me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not having a great day for my allergies.
The allergies are kicking up. So we gonna keep it moving because we don't want my friend to die. I don't want my SHURI, my Ace Boon Coon to die on this damn call. So let's continue.
Oh, just kidding. Just kidding. Brace.
Okay. We continue. We finally get introduced to the dad. Good intentions, very mixed up life.
Shout out to Tony. Iconic character.
I was really about to say, are they ever gonna let him really die? He gets called into every movie, no matter what we do. I don't have a problem with Tony, but like, if y'all weren't gonna really kill him off, why didn't you just make him lose an arm instead and be burnt up and be in the?
I'm not talking about Tony Stark. I'm talking about the actor that plays the dad, Tony.
No, I know, but that made me think about how Iron Man was literally mentioned in this movie.
Oh yeah, he's connected.
I know, but I'm at this point where I'm like, I'm also slightly pissed. I'm still pissed. I'm not even slightly. I'm still pissed at the MCU and the structure because I understand they wanted to close off the phase, and I understand they wanted to give redemption, not even redemption, but like showing Iron Man's selfless nature and blah 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 blah. But also, I'm still mad because one, Morgan done lost her daddy. Two,
she could have tasted the Negro. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let me stop. 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 Let me stop.
Two, they just threw all out scientific reasoning out the door because how is it that they replaced all of the Infinity Stones and yet this man is still dead? Three,
that's what Marvel What If is for.
I know. That's a whole nother conversation because this fast we're not reacting to that on here. I'm not gonna get past. No. Let's continue.
Captain British.
Let's continue. Auntie Nan.
That's TT.
Honestly, TT Nan, queen of the world. Another beautiful person, like we mentioned before. I'm tired.
Also iconic.
I'm tired.
Iconic.
Also,
let me come at y'all from like a consumer of kung fu movies, y'all. As somebody who like had to be forcibly watch IP Man for a number of years, every iteration, every Karate Kid.
Period.
When he was a kid to when he was Karate college student. Because he was not a kid all them years. Mm-hmm. James Karate Kid. What's some more? It's just certain animes that just have samurai. Shampoo. Mm. I can't think of another one. But it's just like I was up there like the dude on the bus that was like, I have done karate as a youth. Okay. So he was to grade the fight, Mr. Man's on the bus. That's how I felt. And Marvel really just did what they had to do.
Mm-hmm. The cinematography.
So past. Brad Allen died on that set. So that just tells me, even though that's very tragic, and may his family, seek peace and everything. That tells me that they was not playing around when it came to the stunts and the execution of said stunts.
Cinematography, the visual effects.
Yes.
The special effects. When I say everything from top to bottom with this movie was stunning.
Mm-hmm.
And I told SHURI this, and SHURI smooth looked at me like I had grown another head after the movie was over. ShangChi is we first discussed how it's a great origin movie because honestly, it's one of the best origin movies of the MCU.
Period.
You can go fight your mama on that because I'm not listening to the BS. But I literally turned to Shuri, looked at him, and said, "So, I'm about to say something that might make you mad at me, but it must be said." And they were like, "What the fuck you about to say?" And I told them, I was like, "Shang-Chi has become one of my top 3 Marvel movies.
Oh no, I agree with that.
And it's not number 3. And it's not number 2.
That's when I was like, uh-oh."
And they looked at me and was like, "Black Panther?" And I was like, "Oh, no. Black Panther is never getting on top. It's now just sharing it's going to share the title." Because this literally, and we talked about it, this literally is similar to how Black Panther was for us.
Exactly.
But the origin story and the storytelling from this, I could honestly say, was a bit better than Black Panther.
Yeah.
Also because Black Panther was focused on T'Challa and his story, and also his family, of course, but it was like based on the structure already of his father passing.
Exactly. It wasn't really, it didn't get to go as deep into him as like a child. All of that.
And all of that.
Killmonger.
True. And like I feel like possibly Black Panther 2 might give us those last little bits that we need to connect the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
But Shang-Chi, honestly, as a standalone movie, and also as a part of the MCU,
oh yeah,
beautiful, magnificent. Literally, start to finish, it's like watching a visual novel.
Yeah, Mr. Creighton did what he had to do.
Truly.
For sure.
Truly.
And it was like certain ways, like the way the movie is structured, like it would be, like they would tell, for example, like it'd be like a backstory section, and then it'd go back to the present. But then, like later on, something else would happen that would go back to the backstory to justify what just happened in the present. So it was like really cool how they like interconnected.
Yeah, and also speaking on that, it wasn't like you were thrown suddenly back into like a flashback. You weren't just thrown into a backstory and then you're just like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Like they made the backstories integral to the part where if you miss these backstories, you're honestly missing part of the structure of the
exactly
plot. And all of the characters, actresses aside, all of the characters, complex, growing characters with such distinct and different stories, but seeing how they all interconnect was also beautiful. And it's just like, bro. And the post-credit scenes. Do we want to discuss the post-credit scenes, or do we want to leave that alone? We gonna leave that alone. We gonna leave it alone.
Determine when y'all get there.
Y'all will figure that out.
I do want to bring up how they managed to connect this to the rest of the MCU. The MCU, the past MCU, I didn't even realize, because when I went and saw Iron Man was at Iron Man 2, I was smooth. I was 6. I was a child. So I did not care, or did I know any of the backstory. Shut your face. I didn't know any of the backstory. No, actually, the second Iron Man came out in like 2010, so I was like 8 or 9. It doesn't matter. But he, Trevor, y'all, I did not realize that the terrorist he was trying to play was the freaking, supposed to be like a spinoff of the holder of the 10 rings. I did not know that. So that when they put that together, I was like, also having been just in that movie, just like, he's already like comedic, like off the charts, but like he made it so much funnier just because of what his character is. And like there's a part where he's like, and like y'all know how he always just keeps saying like, you know, it's a performance, like da 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 da. When he said that one part, when they was all like, that's me. And this man said he was talking to Morris, my fave, and was like, "Bro, like it's a performance. Please play along." I was like, "Bro, that's so mad. Like that's that fourth wall shit because it's a movie,
And also,
but it's a performance."
let's talk about this because Trevor verbatim as soon as he showed up, and I was like,
he managed to completely summarize Iron Man 2 in a series of sentences.
and I'm so mad because I'm like, can I actually get that monologue? I just want that monologue because so many of my friends are like, how do you describe Iron Man 2 or like the Iron Man? Honestly, he did a pretty good job. And I'm like,
Can I also add that on Disney Plus there is like a little short what's it called? It's like a little short like film.
Yes!
About Trevor when he was in jail.
I saw it. It's a one shot and I was like, oh my god.
That junk was so funny, bro.
Y'all need to look into that as well. But honestly, I might go see it again today. Who knows?
As you should.
Who knows? Just find a late viewing and go see it. Because when I say literally, ShangChi is such a beautiful film from top to bottom. You are not going to be disappointed walking into that movie theater.
Not at all.
It finishes and you honestly are sitting there like, that was 2 hours? What?
Mm-hmm.
Just because of how beautiful it is. From start to finish. And your whole brain is just like, oh, okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is gorgeous. The acting, I can hash this out again and again and again because I'm just, and every time you see it, you get more out of it, and it's just magnificent. Like, I'm throwing my money at it as much as I can.
I would just like to add, this is for you just because when we watch the movie, but in the scene where the kids go back to the mom's village and they change clothes and stuff, his sister was in his mom's old clothes.
I know. I realized that. I realized that when I was watching it. I was like, something here, and I sat and I cried when I got home.
Not you sat and you cried.
I sat and I cried because it made me think of, like, there's that connection that I have with the characters also. Like, no, lost my mother and everything. And I was just like, oh, that is such a moment where, like, you go home and, like, you start connecting with those parts of your mother that you thought you lost. And I was just like, bro, oh my god.
And they're in you. They're inside of you. They're in your heart. I know.
Like, I'm super excited. Like, I can't wait to start my Marvel sleeve because when I say I'm getting these 10 rings somewhere on me to add to the... Because this was a great movie. Like, I'm going to say this. Some people are going to be mad, but it must be said. I wish Black Widow was more complete in regard to how Shang-Chi was. I understand why it was structured differently, especially because the introduction of this movie was really later in the game, but I wish, because I feel like I almost got that from Black Widow, but there was a little bit more missing that could have pushed it over the edge.
Yeah.
But overall...
And what also I've noticed is that their dad and like Thanos kind of have a similar ideology.
Mm-hmm.
In that, like, they just gaslight their kids. Basically. Yes, fight for me because you love me, right? You're scared of me though. Kind of thing.
I'ma say it.
And it's brain games.
Someone's gonna be mad, but it must be said.
Yeah. Parents. Truly.
Black parents, Caribbean parents, Latinx parents, Spanish parents.
Asian parents.
Bro. And I think
parents are traumatized.
Uh-huh.
And therefore pass the trauma on to their kids.
Until they break the generational curse, and even then it's hard.
But you can only break the curse with the power of the 10 rings.
I'm screaming! Honestly, you're not wrong! and embracing all parts of you.
Shout out to TT for saying that.
Listen,
You can't keep running. You can't keep hiding. I was like, uh-oh. Be who you are for your pride.
when I say, y'all, this is a little tidbit. When we were watching the movie, I smooth turned and looked at Sherry, and Sherry was like, "Don't you dare!"
I was like, please.
Dead ass. I was about to do it, and Sherry's like, "Don't you dare!"
I could not speak watching the movie. Like, I really just had to be silent. Like,
Meanwhile, I was
just, I can't.
Listen, the way my mind works, it was either speak or I would start bouncing in my seat of excitement. So I spoke because there was someone behind us and I want to start no fight. So
no start, no stuff. It won't be no stuff.
Exactly. But I'm excited. This movie deserves all of the acclamations and credits it's getting. Also, my man is a leading man now in Hollywood.
Yes.
He went to the Met Gala.
He went from doing stock photo modeling to freaking being headlines.
He was on a billboard in New York, in Times Square.
In the big Le Pomme.
Mans was shooketh. Also, if you haven't seen this Met Gala look, I need you to get into it. He gave you heaven on earth. With that what?
I mean, I can agree, but like for me, I was like, he could have done so much more.
No, that's a whole nother. We could have a whole nother 30-minute review. You know what? Maybe we'll do that as a bonus feature. We'll do a review of the Met Gala outfit.
Not the bonus feature. Y'all buy this on DVD, Blu-ray.
Buy this on DVD, Blu-ray. But for now, we are done. We love you. We will talk to you later.
Bye, heifers.
Sayonara, shawty.